All right, so YouTube, we're back again with another video. All right, so this is gonna be another breakdown video. So this is a recent clutch that I had earlier, and I wanted to break this down because for a lot of you guys who struggle with confidence, who struggle with trying to really figure out how to get through ranks quick and get to the next level in terms of your skill, I'm gonna show you guys something, right? So in this clip right here, you're going to see a couple of different things, right? One, you're going to see something that I tell guys all the time. You know, separate yourself from bad players, right? Separate yourself from guys who just don't know really what to do, don't have the best IQ, they don't know what fights to take and why, all that kind of stuff. Separate yourself from those guys. The reason why I say that is because you're losing a lot of games because you're following guys who also don't know how to win games. If you want to be different and you want to stand out, you have to know what you're doing and you have to listen to your gut. So right here, you're going to see two things here. So you're going to see that there's a team out in the distance over here in this area. Okay. So there's two squads left, or three left. My squad and these other two teams. Okay. So this is the situation. All right. It's a team on the rock that's up here, and there's a team that's down low on low ground that direction. Okay. So what do we have to do here? We have to sandwich a team. That's what we have to do. Which means we need to force a team to go into another team. But see, the problem here is that the position that we're in right now currently, if we fight the team that's here, we give up our back and we give up this entire position right here. And we force ourselves to low ground. Okay? That's the problem. So the smart thing is not to take the fight with this team right here. They're not necessarily a threat because they're hiding behind this entire piece of the dome. So they're not a threat, right? My teammates they were thinking, okay, we need to push this team into the other team, but there's such a huge divide between this team and the other team that's here that if we don't finish the fight here first fast enough, we end up getting sandwiched and pinched ourselves and we lose the fight. So I know that and I don't opt to fight this team yet. I want to let zone do what it's supposed to do. And what I want to do is keep the team that's on low ground at bay and force them to get sandwiched by our shots and the team that's on the rock here, right? So I want to sandwich this team to keep them down here, to force them over to this team over here. That's what I want to do. That's the smart play in this situation. My teammates don't believe so. And so what do? They choose to wrap around, as you can see, right? My teammates choose to wrap around and go towards the team that's on the rock. Not the smartest play. As you can see, right, this team that's on the rock is helping us, right? They're shooting at the team that's over here, which is great. We can use that to our advantage. And we could work together with this team, right? So like I said, I know this. My teammates don't. And so you see them starting to rotate to make a push behind this team. This is not the smartest play. Now, it wouldn't be a bad play if it was understood that, okay, maybe he stays here and puts pressure into that team so they never come our way. This teammate stays here with me and we focus shots on the team that's over here, right? So that way we keep everybody at bay, keep everybody doing what they were doing. That would be smart. But that does not happen. So my teammates decide to push the team on the rock. I decide if we all three go that way, chances are we're going to give this team on low ground an opportunity to win the game and take height. Keeping this team on low ground is the smart play, but my teammates are not doing that. As you can see, they are forcing a fight that they don't have to fight right now, but they're choosing to. This team that's over here, that's right here, has zone coming in on them. If we just take our time and allow the other team to put shots in them on the rock while we put shots from this direction, it'll force them to stay on low ground and go towards this team and probably die or get really, really fucked up. And that way, we can come in late and we can probably kill that team still and still have an opportunity to kill the other team. So, like I said, right, I know this and I'm trying to keep this team at bay here, right? So, this is an opportunity where I always tell you guys, if you know what to do as a smart player, don't follow your teammates. Despite what they tell you, despite how they're playing, don't follow them, right? My teammate opens his mic after not opening his mic the entire game. Not to make a calm, just to say, like, I'm getting pushed and he's panicking and scared or whatever. Not a smart teammate, not a good teammate. You'll see why in a minute. So I stay up top, try to keep this team at bay here. Now I'm getting pushed. Now, this is where hitting your shots has to come into play here because if you notice, my teammate is nowhere near me, right? We're miles away from each other right now, okay? But that's okay because knowing how to use my character, knowing how to use a heady, and hitting my shots is what allowed me to stay alive here. So my teammate wraps all the way around. Somehow he was able to get to me, and I believe he was able to help me. Now, one of the good things about this is this team on low ground, they're splitting up, which is exactly what I always preach. Create a 1v1v1 situation, right? So this guy goes far away from his teammates. He's nowhere to be found. My teammate's finally wrapping around and is able to look at this guy. I was able to get one guy off of me because he pushed me by himself. So now we have a perfect situation here. So I'm trying to help teammate out simultaneously as trying to keep guys off of me. I'm drilling this because I want to keep these guys at bay from pushing me. So he's already taking damage, two of them. Now I'm able to just kind of hit some shots here, take my time, get this guy knocked, take my time. I drill to be able to keep this guy at bay. Now I can look at teammate to help him. Sadly, I missed some shots in the beginning to really kind of get this guy down faster. Missed a lot of shots here, but I hit at least enough to crack him. Almost had an opportunity to res teammate here. Sadly, he got thirsted by the guys up top. So, based on the map and me kind of knowing this zone, I was able to quickly make a quick decision and understand that, okay, I got a team above me and they probably don't know that I went inside the building. Based on zone, I know that I'll have a piece of this building playable, right? And so that's exactly what I do. Luckily, I was able to come in here and luck of the draw, find a med kit, two batteries, which is perfect because I ran out of heals. So team above me and the third team that was by the rock, they're outside now. Okay. So this is where knowing how to play in tight situations that require you to be calm and require you to clutch up. Being in situations like this a lot, the nerves never really go away. You just learn how to manage them. As a player who knows what to do, these are the moments that separate you from majority of the player base who usually stay gold or platinum. IQ and knowing where to go, when to move, right, and knowing how to correctly path yourself to be able to get to the right position. Right now, the character that I love playing because she's kind of a counter to what's going on right now in the meta, which is Maggie. Maggie to me is a perfect counter to kind of what's going on right now in the meta. She can drill to keep guys at bay. She can drill to take away those boxing up opportunities. She can drill to do damage. She has her ball that does a lot of great damage and can give your team a speed boost. So and she can also destroy Gibby Bubble. She can destroy, doors and really kind of like make situations hectic for other teams. To me, she's perfect right now for what the meta is. If you want to play a character that can counteract what's going on, so I opt to let zone come in and block the door. Immediately, I block the door. It gets blown off by Fuse, which is fine. I choose to drill, like I said, to possibly try to keep anybody at bay from trying to come to the door. That gives me enough opportunity to get my battery off. And it does exactly what I wanted it to do. So I know I'm going to have a little bit of sliver to work here and play. So I take my time and I heal. And as I'm healing, I'm watching the kill feed and I'm seeing Knox and I'm seeing that there's still 3 squads up. So I know that they're trading, which is exactly what you want, right? So I take my time, I heal, and now as I'm watching this go on, I'm taking in the information, right? Based on what I'm seeing in the kill feed and what I'm hearing, I can pretty much tell like, okay, they're trading. This is going to be a good opportunity for me. My teammates are trying to rush me because they're rushing me based on what they would do. So they're telling me, hey, they're fighting right now, they're trading, you need to go. I know that that's a mistake to just go right now, right? When I can take my time, play at my pace. One of the things that good players are able to do is no matter what's going on, you play at your pace. The game plays to you. You don't play to the pace of the game. So right now the game may feel hectic, the game may feel fast paced, the game may make you feel like you need to rush and go. That is how you start making mistakes when you let the game dictate how you play. As a good player, somebody who wants to separate yourself from the players around you, you have to allow the game to come to you, which means you have to know what to do in these situations. Take your time, breathe. These guys are going to be there when you get out this building. The opportunities are going to be probably better when you leave this building. So I take my time here. I heal and I assess. And see, I pop my ultimate accelerant to get my ult back. If I had rushed when my teammates told me to go and not pay attention and take in all the information, I would have rushed without having my ult. My ult came in handy here, and you're going to see why. Take my time, right? Look how much time I have, right? So I've healed, I've drilled the door to keep guys away, took my time and popped the ultimate accelerant, and look what happened, right? There's one guy was able to bleed out, makes the fight uneven. There's still 2 squads left, right? No need to rush. See what I mean? Now we go. But by the time I move, it's 1 squad left. You see what I mean? The game is playing to my pace, to my determinations, not to what the game wants me to play. So now having my ult helps me be able to cut the distance here and get close. So watch this. Boom. Throw the ult out as a distraction. And it goes exactly kind of where I want it to go. Right? I drill this area right here because I need to get to this spot. So I can have what I always say, which is right hand advantage, right? I don't want to play over here because that's an advantage that they'll have on me. So I need to get here. I throw nades on the left to give me the opportunity to get to where I need to go. I slide out and I'm able to get one down and I'm able to, I believe, get the armor swap. Let's see. So I throw a nade up top to get behind the crate and I go in for the armor swap, quickly adjust, right? And so I drill through here on purpose because it would stop this guy from swinging on me and coming this way. And see, now I have this entire cover to play. You see what I mean? I just made a video where I talked about, hey, playing your cover, riding your cover, playing your cover, right? Using that advantage to your disposal, right? So I take my time and I'm looking for heals here, but I don't have any. And so I look and I see perfect. There's an armor swap right here in the box. I wouldn't have known that if I didn't take my time. If I felt like I needed to rush, all of these things I would have missed. I would have missed seeing that I had an ultimate accelerant to get my ult. I would have missed staying inside and being able to get those med kits and those batteries, which set me up for this fight. I would have missed seeing this armor swap right here, right? If I rushed, if I allowed the game to speed me up, I would have missed all of these important key factors that led to this fight being successful. So I get the armor swap, right? Now I take my time and assess. I know this is a mirage decoy and I don't bait on it. Or I do shoot once, but it's okay. So now I know, right? Let's just reload. I drill the right because I want to go left. Swing out confidently, and I'm able to get the win, right? Like I said, armor swap. They didn't think I was going to be this confident and be able to do this, but see, this is where practicing how you're going to play comes into play here, right? Drill right as a distraction so they can't go that way. Now I swing and give them only one option to go. Either they climb up over on top of this if they're smart, or they go the way I want them to go, which is to their right. And what do I say? See, I always say this. They made the mistake by both swinging out wide and not playing and utilizing their cover. This is the mistake that they made. They both could have went in separate directions and tried to, you know, throw me off. They chose not to. They chose to swing together. But they chose to swing together with low HP from my drill, never really fully healing, and they never used their cover, right? So this is how it looks. This is how it looks from my perspective, looking at two bad players making a bad mistake. If you're a player who's not utilizing his cover, who's just swinging and just hoping and praying, this is what you look like. This is what you look like right here. You look stupid. This is what you look like. So, as a good player, right, I take advantage of this. Now I know who I need to do. I need to target switch and I need to focus on the weakest guy. The weakest guy is the Mirage. So what do? I get him down. Now what do? Now I have to target switch. And it's just a matter of, you know, practice and like knowing what to do here and greatness, right? And my teammates are like, oh, good shit, right? They're like, oh, good shit, right? It's always those guys, right? And when you look at the damage and the kills at the end of this game, you realize why you need to separate yourself from these players because the majority of the player base, this is what they produce in terms of their skill. You know what I mean? This is what they produce. 0 kills, 2 kills, 1,000 damage, not even 1,000 damage, right? And for me, I know how to play the right way. I know what to do, right? I don't get sped up by my teammates, making stupid plays. You have to separate yourself, right? I've been doing this for a long time. And to get ahead, you have to do what I'm doing. Get more kills, get more damage. You have to just make yourself um, the leader of the team in every way. So, just a quick breakdown. Like I said, guys, take this type of stuff into your games. Think about these things. Apply what I'm telling you to your game. Like I said, the proof is in the pudding. I've been doing this since season 0 of Apex. And so I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. And like I said, guys, just add this to your game, and that's it.